Great evening, great. What is it? Thursday evening, early evening, eh? Tis Catherine Beasley, and I am here with another installation of our Self Everything 30-day series. This is day 21, right? Day 21 is in the video for the 21st day, not day 21 in a row, as you guys know, but I'm getting there. And today's topic is self talk. And I talk about this a lot. And I just think that and I know how important it is. So this is why I share it in every capacity that I can. It really does affect every other aspect of self, too. So, self talk specifically, it's your internal dialogue. We always talk about or hear about, what people say to us and being one who won't tolerate disrespect and right making sure that people treat you and speak to you the right way. But how do you speak to yourself, right? So your internal dialogue, it's influenced by your subconscious mind and reveals your thoughts, beliefs, questions, and ideas overall and generally about yourself, more specifically about yourself. So I caution everyone to be careful with themselves. Be careful of how you speak to yourself. Be careful, obviously, of how you allow others to speak to you. But when we talk self talk, we always want to make sure that we're exercising or having positive self talk. Why? Um, Positive self talk reinforces you. Positive self talk can boost your confidence, and a boost in confidence has so many different benefits itself. It increases your motivation and effort. Increases your productivity, right? One little win in your day makes you feel good about having accomplished something, and then you move on to the next thing, and you keep going because you've experienced some success, right? So that confidence that comes from what you say to yourself then leads to the productivity that you're looking for downstream. It reduces negative emotions, right? So when you are experiencing negative emotions, maybe you're sad, maybe you are fatigued, maybe you are feeling like stressed out or have anxiety for the moment. Sometimes and oftentimes you can just stop and think about those feelings and start to reverse them by talking yourself through them or out of them, right? We have people who constantly, or we see constantly, how people even feel like your brain can prevent you from experiencing illnesses, can stop you from having the effects of particular diseases that you may even have been diagnosed with, right? Not accepting what's been told to you and using your brain power and willpower and the power with the Lord, right, to get through those things. So your positive self-talk can potentially help with those sorts of things, depending on how well and how much you believe. Improves your attitude when you talk positively about yourself to yourself, right? It makes you have a better outlook in general, which means that you will be more positive with your external environment too, and your interactions with others, not just with yourself. And we want to be careful about how we say things, right? It's not just what we're saying to ourselves, but even when we feel like we're saying something positive, manifesting something positive, we have to remember to not speak in the negative at all in order um, to manifest those things. So if you want, I am no longer a procrastinator, you can just say you're productive instead of saying in the negative what it is that you were, as an example. Being mindful of those sorts of things. Understanding when you have negative self talk and you're putting yourself down and not confident in yourself, where does that come from? Understanding, right? The talk is internal, so it's your subconscious that usually drives that feeling that you have about yourself, be it good or bad. Well, especially for the bad, um, investigate where that came from so that you can then work towards replacing those bad thoughts with good ones. You have those triggers we talked about um, that then result in specific thoughts that you have about yourself, things you would say. So when you recognize where those triggers came from, have you heard from other people that you're not smart? Have other people said you won't amount to anything? Teachers, parents, friends, right? Have other people called you ugly, fat, unattractive, right? When you start to have those feelings about yourself, where's that coming from? You didn't teach yourself that. Some of it, right? You just had no choice. Your environment, most of it, your environment has dictated. You grow up listening to these things, your beliefs, right? You grow up listening to the beliefs of your parents and those that are around you, and you take on them some of those beliefs yourself, and it comes to a point when you have to make your own beliefs. And so you're changing that paradigm, rejecting the old, especially when it's negative, and creating the new by always reinforcing the positive aspect of things. Another area where we can talk about self talk is not just positive or negative, but instructional, right? So, how do we talk ourselves up? When we talk about visualization as one way of kind of helping ourselves from point A to point B and to achieve more, or even just saying the things out loud to yourself, right? Reminding yourself of where you want to go, what you want to accomplish. That could be the instructional part, namely an athlete who visualizes themselves shooting the ball or um, hitting the ball, whatever sport that they're playing, right? When they talk themselves through or even visualize themselves doing the thing that they are seeking to do in their sport and accomplishing in their minds, or if they're saying it out loud and they're really just walking themselves through every step of what it is that it takes, right? They can improve their skill set by just thinking about it very often, not just saying it out loud. So you want to make sure that you're understanding that your self-talk can be walking you through a process. Self-talk helping you remember to make sure you have everything when you're leaving the home, so you don't forget certain things. These are things that will bode well for you in the end when you start to incorporate it into your day. So, ladies, gents, please make sure to speak kindly to yourself, to be kind to yourself and to others. And remember that even when you have moments of self doubt, when you have moments when you're putting yourself down, you can always correct that by just correcting your thinking, right? The moment you start to feel negatively about yourself, just start to speak to yourself in a positive way, and it'll start to reverse that. And surround yourself with people who speak life into you. Always, always, always. Stay away from those negative ninnies and move towards your goals. So, have a great, great evening. But before you go, please make sure to like this, share this, and comment. What are you having trouble with your self talk at all? Um, have you learned something about self talk that could be helpful to other people? Please do engage and comment on this video. And excuse me, as well, be sure to join our self help, our self everything community on Facebook. The link is in the description of this video, and we look forward to chatting with you again really soon. Thank you much. Okay.